Let's talk about common YouTuber stereotypes. And actually, what just rolled by is the first thing I want to talk about. Intros. It seems like that's the thing that everyone wants to include on their LP videos. For example, there's a whole website that's basically dedicated to creating intros for Let's Players. It's the Panzoid website. The intros are really bad on there, by the way. I've never used them personally. But everyone seems to want to have some sort of flashy intro at the beginning of their videos, and I am no exception to that rule. I have a nice little one I made myself, actually, to include at the beginning. It's simple, it's sweet, it gets to the point, but I get the idea that it could get repetitive at times, and probably my videos would be better off if I didn't do an intro at all. But that's just my personal opinion. I kind of like the intro, it'll probably stay. But there's also another type of intro I want to talk about, and it's a little more widely used, I think, than the actual animated intro. It's the fact that there's your little catchphrase intro that you use at the beginning of every single video that people know you for because, you know, you use it all the time. It's kind of your trademark. And I never really did that for a while. I always used to start my LPs with "Welcome back to insert game title here." And then about September of 2018 is when I started phasing in and actually using a real intro, which I kind of like and I enjoy saying, but I mean, it's kind of weird, honestly, doing a trademark intro every single time. I'm almost considering going back to just saying, "Welcome back to insert game title here." Because, you know, I kind of wish that people's intros were simpler instead, because there's some bad intros out there. Like, there's the really obnoxious, loud intros that the people have, and then there's the long, monotonous, drawn-out intros that other people do, where they say, "Hello, welcome back to the game, here's who I am, be sure to like and subscribe," and, you know, you can do a giveaway, and it takes like 2 minutes to get to the actual video, and that's kind of weird. My personal opinion is that if you do an intro, the animated intro, you should keep it short and to the point. Less than 5 seconds is my ideal length. 3 seconds would probably be even better. And if you're going to do the talking intro, keep it short and sweet and to the point where you introduce the game. Well, first of all, you got to say hello, and then you welcome people back to the game. If you want to do a recap of what happened last time, and then jump right into what's happening this time. Don't draw it out with fancy hoo-ha. And now we're going to talk about probably my least favorite thing that's a stereotype for YouTubers. It's the fact that there is a face cam in the top corner of almost every single video I've watched from newer YouTubers, and it is so annoying. I mean, okay, I just triggered myself, so here we go. Just get ready. Wild Ride coming up. It is so annoying. It's like, I don't want to see your stupid face in the corner. It's like, you got this little corner up here, and it's like, woo, and it takes up a eighth of the screen. I don't know how much of the screen it takes up, but it's there. It's a square or a rectangle, depending on the thing. Or maybe it's like just a head. It's a transparent background or something like that. It drives me crazy. I didn't come here to see you. I came here to see the game. And this really frustrated me because I wanted to get help for a game I was stuck on called... What was it called again? I don't remember the name, but I wanted help with it, and I was looking up on YouTube trying to figure out what to do, and all the videos I was looking up had some sort of stupid face cam and a stupid guy. And it's like, I didn't need to see that. I was just trying to get help in the game. So I finally had to insert no commentary into my search, and I finally was able to find what I was looking for. Someone who... Well, they weren't talking, obviously, and, yeah, it drives me insane, and I wish people would stop doing it. I don't care if you have a cool format for it. I don't care if you think you look beautiful on camera. Stop it! It drives me insane. That's why I'm never, ever, ever doing face cam. It is the most stupid component that was introduced. I don't even know when it was introduced on YouTube, but it is so dumb and so annoying. I can't wait for it to become so unpopular that no one does it anymore. That's how fed up I am with this. I could go on But I think you get my point. I think that is incredibly dumb, and they should really be phased out eventually. Back to the old days where it's about the game. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is actually something I really like and I really enjoy about YouTube. Hence the peaceful music you're hearing right now. Oh, who am I kidding? I can't stand this either. Rage, acting, other stuff that falls in that category. What the heck, people? You're making it more about yourself than the game. It's like you're gonna act up these emotions really big and really hype to, I guess, give your video life or something, I don't know. But you make it really loud and really obnoxious to where you peak the mic, and I have to actually work really hard to peak this mic. It's sometimes getting to the red, but not really. Why is what I'd like to know. Why is Rage so popular and yelling? Like yelling your head off. I'm not sure if I can actually have very good visual aids for this, but I'll try. How? Why is Rage so popular? I don't get it. I mean, if there's a freak out like a 4-player multiplayer game, I guess I get it. But when you're alone and like okay, I have a perfect example. This is a perfect example that I'm sorry for picking on you, but I'm gonna use it. For example, there's a video coming up in a few days from the Geeky Skunk Gamer. You're gonna get exclusive early access here because of the way I'm posting this. And there's one part of it where he accidentally makes an incorrect item, and it results in a scream. Why? I mean, sure you made the wrong item, but why are you screaming about it? Okay, to be fair, it's a short scream. It's not something long and drawn out. But still, come on. Really? I mean, okay, spoiler alert again. My next Let's Play is going to be Subnautica. And in the first episode, I accidentally, incorrectly make an item. And my reaction is like, oh, I didn't mean to make that, or something along those lines. You'll see in the episode when it comes out. But I don't scream. I don't freak out about anything. Right here, right now, me getting frustrated about this is about the most angry and like loud you'll ever hear me in my videos. I don't get it. It's not about the game anymore. It's just about playing up these emotions and reactions to get, I don't know, glory. And we're gonna go with that. I really don't like that. And if you rage on your video or start to be like all loud and annoying, I'm going to hit the red X on my browser and never watch your videos again. Consider that your warning if you're an aspiring YouTuber and you're gonna be making a YouTube channel. Don't do that! It makes me so angry that, I mean, like, if I could, I would block your channel. And I've tried once. I've actually tried blocking some popular YouTubers from appearing on my channel recommendation feed. It didn't work. It sucks. Moral of the story, don't do rage and don't do yelling and don't do acting up drama. Don't act it up. Don't put yourself in the player character role and doing reactions as if you're the actual player character. You're not. There's a character in the game for a reason. Let them do their job. I know I mostly talked about rage in that segment right there, but now we're going to move on to acting. Acting is something that's meant when you're creating a sketch comedy or a drama or a show like that, not when you're making a Let's Play video. One of my pet peeves is when the YouTuber inserts themselves into the player character role and kind of gives voice acting and like trying to pretend that they are the person there. It's weird. I mean, I've only seen a few examples of it, but it's weird. Like, for example, we're going to keep using Subnautica for an example of it. The opening cutscene of that game it's in the first person perspective, and it's of the player character, his name is Riley, escaping from the main ship because, he has to get away in time. And I prefer to have a cutscene like that be silent, no commentary, just let the game do the talking right there, they didn't have voice acting for it, but they kind of just set up in a way where you want to have the game just showcase the cutscene, make it like a movie. And then I saw one video on it where the Let's Player was trying to insert himself into that situation by having it act like he himself was in that situation and reacting to those circumstances as if he was the character himself. I don't like that. I think that's pushing the line between being a Let's Player and trying to like act and be the character in the game. It's pretty simple. That's really all that needs to be said on that topic. You know, you should just be there as the guide, the person outside of the game, guiding your viewers through the game, and not as someone who is inserting themselves in an attempt to, I guess it's trying to be cool too, but it doesn't work. It made me change the channel, actually. I stopped watching at that point. I was like, I'm just gonna skip ahead to when you're done doing this little show of yours. Continuing our discussion from there, I thought it best to kind of bounce back to intros a little bit, because, not fully back to intros, but there is one aspect I didn't really touch. We mostly focused on the flashy intros that they have before videos. But now I want to talk about intros, actual intros, like talked intros. That's something that's become a theme, and I unfortunately have also succumbed to the fact that people like to do themed intros, where they say something like, "Top of the morning to you laddies," or that's literally the only one I can remember right now. But yeah, they do stupid stuff like that at the beginning and end of literally every single video. Now here's the problem. I'm kind of stumped on my opinion on this, because if it's done right, it can be good. If it's done wrong, it gets old fast. For example, the one I mentioned, that one probably gets old fast unless you're a diehard fan who loves hearing that at the beginning of every single video. I honestly am still I'm kind of on middle ground here about themed intros. I mean, they're cool, but they also can be repetitive, and I'm not sure if it's like, maybe you should just not do them all together, or maybe you should try and find one that's not obnoxious. That's it. Find one that's not obnoxious and stick with that. The end. Next topic. So while I was getting that footage edited just there to have that segment in the video, I got a message from someone and that said, Subnautica Below Zero has been released in early access mode. That's no reason to get mad, right? It is, because it totally reminded me of something that made me so mad when I learned about it, and it had something to do with YouTubers. We're jumping right into this. Okay, so there was this story that apparently Subnautica was only made a full game and not just an endless survival game because of Markiplier's videos on it. Apparently, he is taking credit for the entire game being made because of his videos of the early access game, and that his fans decided to fantasize about it or whatever. That makes me angry. So basically, what that's saying is the gaming industry is made around YouTubers now, to where if a YouTuber likes it and makes tons of videos on it, if it's a popular dude, then that game is going to be successful and talked about and like trending for 2 years afterwards. I'm already getting a headache yelling like this. That made me angry. The way he even justified it made it worse, because he, in the story, the same person who just messaged me about Subnautica Below Zero also told me about this. I'm just going to read out the way he justified it. He said, the entire game and story around it is all thanks to Mark making videos. That's how fame works. When used properly, it can benefit more than just one person. That's so dumb! Oh, I'm angry now. Oh, I'm angry. Have you ever seen me angry in videos before? Well, this is me angry. I hate that so much. It makes the gaming community basically revolve around the three main ones. It's like PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier. It's revolving around their videos, and whatever they do and say is basically law in terms of video games and how to be a successful YouTuber. Oh boy, I'm probably peeking the mic, but I don't care. That is so stupid. The gaming industry should not revolve around the YouTubers, and having what is popular and what games get built upon more because of the fan base of a YouTuber become the popular games, and then everything else just shrivels and dies like adventure games are. Wow, now that that's out of my system, let's actually get back to what this video needs to be about. Let's jump into one last YouTuber stereotype before I talked about something positive, because we need something positive after all this negativity. End screens is the last YouTuber stereotype I can think off of the top of my head that I would like to discuss. End screens kind of came along a long time ago, back in like 2009, but not really in the form they are in now. It's kind of in the form of annotations where people would link at the end of the videos something like next episode and playlist. At least that's what I did back in the old days. I would put up a clip, but unfortunately annotations have been taken down and I don't really have a good screenshot of that anymore. Or maybe I do. I'll have to look. I'll have to say I might find one. But they've since evolved into more of a overlay style end screen, where you can have multiple video recommendations and then links to channels, links to other websites. It's actually kind of cool, and I'm gonna say this, I like this YouTuber stereotype right here. Having the end screens, the way you do it better be good, because if it has an annoying song, that's gonna make me leave the video early. But I like the way people have designed end screens. And the design I have is basically playlist, channel icon in the middle, and then a recommendation for a random video. I really like end screens, especially because I love music. And so, end screens give me an opportunity to showcase video game OST that you may or may not get to hear during the actual series, because sometimes I find myself not triggering some of the best songs in the game that I want to show off. So I take advantage of the end screens to let you hear the game OST without my commentary over it, which is good in several cases because for some you have to actually pay for DLC in order to get the OST, or they don't have videos available on YouTube to listen to the OST. So in a way, having the end screen with the background music from the game overlaid is a great way to kind of, in my opinion, showcase music from the game. You can have maybe a theme song at the end of it, and I know several people who like to have a theme song at the end instead of video game OST. But personally, in my humble opinion, end screens are good. They can link to other content, and if you desire, like I desire, you can show off the amazing game OST for about 20 seconds afterwards, which is really cool. Now that we've gotten that all out of my system, pretty much talked about every stereotype I wanted to, I'd like to take the last few minutes of this video to tell you what ideally, for me, is the perfect video on YouTube. For Let's Plays, that is. I probably don't have all of these myself on my channel, but these are suggestions that would help make YouTube a friendlier and more respectable place to be. If you're a new aspiring YouTuber, I take notes. If you expect me to subscribe to you, here we go. Number 1, and this is a biggie, don't use Facecam. 99.9% of the time, I will not subscribe to your channel if you use Facecam. There's only 2 exceptions, and they're only exceptions because they follow the other rules. So, number 1, don't use Facecam. Number 2, don't yell and don't rage. That is a huge turnoff for me. I will not watch past your video if you start off yelling and screaming and doing all sorts of shenanigans. I cannot tell you how many times I have closed a video because it starts off with yelling and shenanigans. Don't do that. Number 3, make it a walkthrough style video. Don't go for the blind route where it's like, this is my first playthrough of the game, I'm just gonna be bumbling through it till I win. I don't like that because more often than not, people who do stuff that's blind just make themselves end up looking like idiots and taking 10,000 videos to complete the game, when others can complete the same game in 2 videos. Bada bing. That's actually a true story. I'll maybe tell you another time if you want to. Let me know in the comments if you do. Number 4, don't make it all about you. Don't go out of your way to like insert personalization for the game. Like, don't try and add in voice acting for the player character unless it's a game where it's like text-based and you have to read the text aloud. But if you're like making up new dialogue for the player character because he's silent, don't do that. I won't watch your video if you do that. Number 5, if you must do intros and outros, please make them short and sweet and get to the point. Don't take 2 minutes rambling on about giveaways and subscribing to my channel, leaving likes and comments and all that hoo-ha. Because most likely people are going to be all like in the comments, oh, you want to start a video? Go to 5:45 as a timestamp. Because otherwise it's just random time filling. That's probably number 6 in case I don't even know what number I'm on anymore. Don't be a time filler. Don't just make random stuff up to fill time. Get to the point and get to the point quickly, because people have better things to do. If you're wasting their time, they're not going to stick around. And if all else fails and you feel like you're not cut out to do a Let's Play video with commentary, but you still want to do it, please, for the love of God, do a silent walkthrough channel. Those are my absolute favorite Let's Play channels. I adore silent walkthrough ones. So if you're like a new aspiring YouTuber and you want to make a channel, go the silent route, because we need more silent walkthrough channels. I cannot tell you how many times I've spent hours watching a silent walkthrough for a game for fun. Because I am not in the mood to hear commentary, so it's like I don't want to hear it, so I'm gonna watch silent. You'll get my subscription if you do silent walkthroughs, I'll tell you that right now. Probably one of my biggest complaints I didn't mention in the stereotype list, but is worth noting, don't go overboard in edits. A few clever edits are okay, and cutting content for time reasons, and speed of playing music is good, but don't go crazy on content cutting. I was told by a friend that there was this one YouTuber who had to record for 3 hours to get one 20-minute video of The Sims 4. That's a little crazy. There was a lot of content cut out. I don't understand why people cut out so much, but don't try not to cut as much as you can. I usually let my videos just go the way they are, unless there's a spot where I'm like, yeah, we probably should cut this for the sake of time. Usually I can see those moments coming when I'm recording, and I'll remember to do that in post. But yeah, don't go overboard with edits, like crazy edits, like zooming on a face cam, or, I don't know, fancy banners. Fancy banners can be cool, I guess, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, just keep it simple. People don't need it to be flashy and fancy. That's about it. That's about my advice on how to be a successful YouTuber, in a way. It really wasn't much, it was just a few pointers and tips and rules. But just keep those in mind if you're going to be a new YouTuber, and first and foremost, do your best to avoid the stereotypes I mentioned earlier in the video. It'll be good. You gotta be unique. We can't all be the same. Same is lame. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a lot longer than I thought it would be. I was expecting it to be 5 minutes and ramble really quickly, but it's like I'm looking at the time right now and we're coming up on plus 20 minutes, so yeah, I hope you stuck around for the entire thing. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you on Let's Play videos, and I'll see you around.